I was going to.
You're going to twirl it?
All right.
Okay.
It's falling out.
Ew. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Incline After Show. I'm your host, Brian Carruthers. To my left is Dr. Dan, the musical director of the Incline Show. To my right, the esteemed executive producer of the Incline Show, Todd, T-O-D-D, DeFazio. Hi, Todd. Hi, Dan. All right, Season 1, Episode 3, Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle joined us. And this was like one of the more chaotic behind-the-scenes episodes of the Incline Show because Kurt, well, one was like a half hour late, which is fine. We're just sitting in public transportation waiting for him. But he brought his whole family. I think he had like 6 or 7 kids and his wife.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I didn't know that he was going to bring all of them. It was fine by us. It just made a normal, chaotic Incline Show even more chaotic because the whole Angle family was there. What did you think of Kurt when you met him?
Well, first of all, just blown away, followed his career. And, he's a great guy. And you get him on that incline, and I just saw this whole Pittsburgh pride come to life. So in spite of all the confusion and chaos, I saw Mr. Pittsburgh on that incline. And the things that he had to talk about and how proud he is of his past really came through.
What do you think, Todd?
For me, I loved it because it was, being a big wrestling fan, dabbling into wrestling throughout my life. My son is a big wrestling fan, so yeah, it was awesome. I was very starstruck on this episode, and I got to have a few moments with him. He was genuine the whole time. It wasn't like a gimmick, but one takeaway from the episode was it was a hot button when you kept bringing up the statue.
He didn't at first he didn't get it, and then he realized it, and then I think he realized, oh yeah, I am getting the shaft from Pittsburgh. Yeah, because at one point, and like we're tight, so like we're this close, and finally he goes, okay, now you're making me mad. And I was like, uh-oh, I don't want Kurt Angle mad at me.
Stuck on an incline with a professional wrestler mad at you does not seem like a good idea.
When we were at the top, he is the mayor because his wife, who was very, very nice, she's like the manager behind the scenes. She's like, come on, Kurt, you can't talk to everybody. Let's go. The kids got to get somewhere. And Angle, I felt like, would stay up there all day and talk, which you need. There was a lady who was like, I think she was like 87 or 88 years old.
She was old.
Yeah, she comes up to him and says, I have pictures of you when you wrestled in high school. And he was like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, oh, this is weird. How's Angle going to react to this? And she said something like, my son, you won't remember him. His name was Tom Jones, and he wrestled for South Park or something. And he goes, I don't remember him specifically, but I do know that South Park had a great wrestling program, and he was part of it. And I thought, holy crap, this guy is so good. And then what came next, I couldn't believe. She was just kind of like looking at him, like you were, kind of just looking at him. And Angle said, do you mind if I ask, can I give you a hug? And I was like, oh my God, like legitimately, Angle is like the nicest person in Pittsburgh. So we've had a good run so far. Scott Blasey from the Clarks is super nice. Kurt Angle will be the mayor, but I do think that Pittsburgh has given him the shaft. He does deserve the statue.
I agree.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for watching. Any other takeaways from Kurt Angle?
Just the experience, another great opportunity for the people of Pittsburgh to see this icon. And, I think the interview went very well, and people maybe will get to see a different side of him that they didn't know existed.
Right.
So.
And it wasn't a typical interview of stats and WWE. It was just a Kurt Angle, the man, having a conversation with Brian Carruthers.